Welcome students to the Future Ready Talent walkthrough session where I'll be helping you navigate and access the Future Ready Talent platform. As you can see on my screen, right now I am on the landing page or the home page of the Future Ready Talent program. You can access this page by going on to www.futurereadytalent.in. On the home page, you'll find a bunch of information linked to the Future Ready Talent program. What are the different opportunities and benefits available to you as a student, as well as alumni testimonials for you to learn a little bit more about. So, what exactly is the Future Ready Talent program? The Future Ready Talent program is a virtual AI internship program that teaches you as students today's most in-demand digital skills and connects you to future employment opportunities. The Future Ready Talent program has also been awarded the Brandon Hall Group Excellence Award for Learning and Development in the year 2022. This program is also in collaboration with AICTE. On the homepage, you will also see the Future Ready Talent Impact video. This video is of special importance because it mentions both how partners as well as students alike have benefited from the Future Ready Talent program. You'll hear two particular students and how graduating from this program has helped them land their dream jobs. All of the affiliated partners in this program are Microsoft, METI and NASSCOM's joint skilling initiative called the Future Skills Prime, founded, formerly known as Monster in APAC and the Middle East, GitHub, as well as ByteExcel. Next on this page, you'll see a list of student benefits. Our student benefits range from on-demand learning to industry-aligned curriculum, career connections, community engagements, as well as additional offers that we, as any of the affiliated partners, might have for all of the students who are a part of this program. You will also receive a virtual internship certificate after you have completed your Future Ready Talent program, and that too is one of the student benefits that we have highlighted. Finally, in terms of how does it work, the Future Ready Talent platform is essentially a four-step process. The first step is on user profile. The second step is on self-learning. The third step is on industry sessions. And fourthly, and the last step is on your project submission. Without successfully completing your project, you will not be able to graduate from the Future Ready Talent program. And finally, as I mentioned, at the bottom of our homepage, you'll find a series of alumni testimonials to hear from peers like yourself about how the experience was for them. This is the total of what all information you will be able to find on the homepage. Now you have gone through all of this information and you are ready to register and participate in the Future Ready Talent program. So you will now click on either join for free over here, or you can click on the register button on the top. So I'll click on join for free. Since in my case, I'm already a registered student, it takes me to the sign in page, which is the welcome back page. In case you don't have an account, you can just click on register and you'll be directed to the registration page where you'll be asked to input your email address as well as a password. So for the purpose of this demo, I will go ahead and input my email address. Do ensure that you have access to the email address because we do ask you to send a verification code. A verification code is sent to your email within a few seconds. So do wait. In case you don't receive a verification code, please do also check your junk and spam folders. So in my case, I have received a verification code. So I'll just go ahead and input it over here. After you have inputted your verification code, it is important that you click on the verify code button. If you don't click on the verify code button, the verification process becomes null and void. So I will click on the verify code and I will now enter a password, which is a minimum of 8 characters. So I'll go ahead and enter my password. And finally, I will click on I agree to the terms and conditions of the program and click on register. Since I already have an account, and for any of you students who have already previously registered, you can always click on the sign in button here or on the top, and you'll be redirected to the sign-in page. In my case, since I have already registered before, I will click on the sign-in page and be redirected to the sign-in page. Over here, I will input my registered email address as well as password and click on sign in. In case any of you have forgotten your password, you can always click on the forgot password button and you'll be redirected to a page to reset your password. After you finish your registration, you will just click on sign in and you'll now be redirected to the first stage of the Future Ready Talent program, which is your user profile. The first page that you will see is under personal details. So within user profile, we have divided it into 3 different steps. The first step is on your personal details. The first requirement that we ask is for you to enter your full name. So I'll go ahead and enter my complete full name. The reason why we ask for your full name is because this exact name will also be printed on your internship completion certificate. So if you provide an inaccurate name will be printed on your final certificate details. Next, we ask for your location. As you can see, the location is a non-mandatory field. So anything that does not have an asterisk next to it is a non-mandatory field. We do ask for your location in case we have any location-specific promotional events taking place. It helps us send those directly to you. Third, and this is also a mandatory step, is we ask for you to input your mobile number. Please ensure that you have access to this mobile number and you haven't earlier used it on the FRT platform, or you're not using another friend's mobile number to also input it in your profile. Each FRT account needs to have a unique and individual mobile number. We do also ask you to complete an OTP verification, which does tie that mobile number to your account. In case you use a mobile number of somebody else who has already registered on the Future Ready Talent platform, you will receive an error message. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll go ahead and input a test mobile number. After you enter your mobile number, do click on the verify button at the bottom, and you'll now be redirected to the OTP page. In case you have entered a wrong number, you can always click on enter the wrong number, and you'll be asked to re-enter your correct mobile number. I will now enter the OTP that I have received. And after I enter that, I will just click on the verify button, and I'll receive a pop-up saying that my mobile number has now been successfully verified. Finally, under personal details, we ask for you to share your gender. If you're not comfortable, you can always choose you do not wish to specify. I'll go ahead and select my gender and click on next. I'll now be redirected to the second step of the user profile. The first one is on institution name. So I'll go ahead and input my institution name over here. So I have found my institution name in the dropdown. In case you do not find your institution name in the dropdown, it is also a free text box, so you can input your institution name. Second, we ask for your course. So you can enter what course you are currently pursuing. I've completed a Bachelor of Arts, so I'll go ahead and input that. Third, we ask for your education stream or your specialization. In my case, I have done a history degree, so I'll go ahead and input that. And finally, we ask for your graduation year. In case you're not on any of these 4 graduation years, you can click on others as well. So I have graduated in 2022, so I'll select that. Please also note that in order to be a part of the Future Ready Talent program, you do not need to come from any specific specialization or course. As you can see, in my case, I have come from a Bachelor of Arts degree program, and I'm still accessible and I'm still capable of joining the Future Ready Talent program. So after you've inputted all of your academic details, you'll click on Next, and you'll now be redirected to the last step of the user profile, which is your internship details. The first one is on program joining code. The program joining code is not a mandatory step for you to enter, and neither is it a requirement for you to continue with the Future Ready Talent program. This is only if your institution or the learning partner that you're working with, if they have provided you with a program joining code, you will input it here. In my case, I have not been given a program joining code, so I will leave this blank. Next, we ask you to share your registered email ID with Zuno. So what exactly is Zuno? Zuno is the freshers hiring platform started by Foundit, who are one of our affiliated partners. The reason why we ask you to sign up on Zuno is because many job and career opportunities for freshers like yourself are available on the Zuno platform. So without signing up on Zuno, you will not have access to all of the career connections that we would like to curate for you. So if you don't have a Zuno account, you can always click on sign up and you'll be redirected to the Zuno page, where you can complete your registration process. In my case, since I have signed up on Zuno before, I'll go ahead and input my details. Next, we ask for your LinkedIn profile link or URL. The reason why we ask this is again from a career connections perspective, and also for us to be able to track that you've completed your Future Ready Talent program and you are also completing all of the necessary steps that are linked with the LinkedIn course as well. So if you don't know where to find your LinkedIn profile URL, you can click on this and you'll be redirected to a PDF, which will tell you exactly where to find that information. Or if you don't already have a LinkedIn account, you can click on sign up and you'll be redirected to the LinkedIn registration page where you can complete your registration. In my case, since I am a registered user on LinkedIn, I'll go ahead and input my profile URL over here. Next, and the last mandatory requirement on the user profile section is your Future Skills Prime. Future Skills Prime is the joint initiative by METI as well as NASSCOM. The reason why this is a mandatory field and we do request that you register onto Future Skills Prime is because many of the courses sometimes on the self-learning page do get redirected to the Future Skills Prime learning page. So if we don't have access to your account details, we are not able to give you credits for completing your courses. In case you don't have an account, again, you will just click on sign up and you'll be redirected to the Future Skills Prime registration page. In my case, since I have registered before, I'll go ahead and input my details. After you've completed all of the mandatory fields on this page, you will go ahead and click on submit. After you click on submit, you will receive a pop-up saying that your user profile has been completed successfully. You can click on OK, and you'll now be redirected to the next step of the Future Ready Talent program, which is your self-learning pages. One call out I would like to do before I get into the self-learning pages is after you've completed your user profile, you'll automatically receive an email in the inbox of your registered email address from alerts@futurereadytalent.in. This particular triggered email has access to your GitHub Student Developer Pack, which includes the $100 free Azure credits required by you in order to complete and build your FRT project. So do keep that email marked and make sure you do sign up and register for your GitHub Student Developer Pack, as it is crucial for you to be able to finally graduate from the Future Ready Talent program. A couple of callouts on the GitHub Student Developer Pack. This pack is only available to you as long as you are a registered student. If you are no longer an authorized student, GitHub will not be able to verify your student status and you will not be able to utilize any of the resources available on the GitHub Student Developer Pack. All resources that are part of the GitHub Student Developer Pack are available to you for 12 months. So do ensure that all of the resources you use in a judicious and time manner. If you don't, you will have to wait 12 months before you can apply for a renewal of your GitHub Student Developer Pack. That being said, I will now move on to the next step of the Future Ready Talent program, which is your self-learning page. So after you've completed your user profile, you will now be redirected to the self-learning page. And the first thing you'll notice is this pop-up, which is asking you for your Microsoft Learn profile link. The reason why we ask for your Microsoft Learn profile link is for us to be able to track all of your course module completion and give you credits on the Future Ready Talent platform as well. All of the learning that happens on the self-learning page gets redirected to a corresponding page on the Microsoft Learn website where you will complete all of your learning. If you complete all of your learning, but you have not shared your MS Learn profile link with us, we will not be able to track that the learning is truly from your account or not. In case you don't know where to find your MS Learn profile URL, you can click on this button and you'll be redirected to a PDF, which will tell you exactly where to find your profile URL. In case you are new to Microsoft, you can click on sign up and you'll be redirected to the Microsoft registration page where you can sign up for a Microsoft Learn account. Just a call out, you do not need to sign up with the same email address for your Microsoft Learn account as well as for your FRT account. We encourage you to use the same email because it's easier for you to remember, but it's not a requirement. So I'll go ahead and input my MS Learn details over here. And I will click on Submit button. After I've clicked on Submit, I will receive a pop-up saying that my Microsoft Learn profile link has been updated successfully. In case you submit a link that is incorrect or it belongs to another student's account, you will receive an error message and you'll be asked to fix the incorrect details before you can move on to the next stages of the Future Ready Talent program. I will click on OK, and I'll now have access to the self-learning page. So as you can see over here on our self-learning page, we have bucketed the learning into 3 different buckets. The first bucket is on fundamental courses, the second bucket is on advanced, and lastly, the third bucket is on our GitHub course. If you click on the view courses, you can see all of the courses that fall under that particular bucket. Under fundamental courses, we have Azure Fundamentals, which is the AZ900 course, and we have the Azure AI Fundamentals, which is the AI 900 course. The courses that have an asterisk mark next to it are mandatory courses in order for you to claim academic credits for completing this virtual internship. If you're not seeking academic credits, there is no requirement for you to complete all of the courses. Similarly, if we look under advanced, we have a total of 5 courses. We have the Azure Administrator, which is AZ104. We have the Azure Developer, which is AZ204. We have Azure Security Technologies, which is AZ500. And then the last 2 are Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst, which is PL300, and the Azure AI Engineer Associate course, which is AI102. And finally, we have the singular GitHub course, which has all of the course modules marked next to it as well. While the GitHub course is not a mandatory course, it is a recommended course because you will be required to host your Future Ready Talent project on GitHub. So if you do not have any prior information or knowledge on how to do that, the GitHub course helps you understand how to go about that process. So if you see any of the courses and say, as an example, I want to start my learning by completing the Azure AI Fundamentals. I see all of the different courses are available over here. We have 5 different course modules under the Azure AI Fundamentals. I will click on any one of them and a pop-up will appear reminding me that I need to be logged into my MS Learn profile in order for my learning progress to be reflected on this platform. I'll click on Proceed to Course, and I'll now be redirected to a secondary page where all the learning will be available to me. So as you can see, right now I have been redirected to the corresponding page on Microsoft Learn, and I can go ahead and complete all of the different course modules that are a part of this course. Do note that in my case, I have come onto the Microsoft Learn page, but I have not signed in. So what does that mean? It means whatever learning that I complete on this page will not be reflected on either my Microsoft Learn profile or on my Future Ready Talent portal for under self-learning. So it is important you click on sign in, you complete your sign in procedure, and then you begin all the learning that is required on the Microsoft Learn page. So this is essentially how all of the courses are on the self-learning page. Now, another thing you will notice on all of your subsequent pages is you'll have access to what we call as the internship cubicle. Under the internship cubicle, you'll also see an internship deadline date. So in my case, my internship deadline date has been decided as 12th of February 2024. Now, this date is not randomly chosen. As part of the Future Ready Talent program, all students get 80 days, which is 80 days, to complete their Future Ready Talent program from the date they registered. So I registered on the 24th, so I get exactly 80 days, which would be February 12th, 2024. Do note that the internship deadline date, while it is written over here, that's not the final date for you to submit your FRT project and to be able to get your internship completion certificate. We recommend that you do leave a buffer time of about 15 days before your deadline submission date, so that in case you do have to do any resubmissions and if you need to do any improvements or changes to your project, you're giving yourself enough time to do so. But do keep in mind your internship deadline date, as it is a mandatory step in your program. After you've completed all of your self-learning courses, you will now go on to the industry sessions. So within the industry sessions, we have a total of 5 different videos. Each video talks about how Microsoft Azure is being used in real-life applications and real-world industry scenarios. Each of these videos have been specially curated by our industry partners, and it contains a lot of useful information for you as you think about and build your FRT project. So the first video, and this is a mandatory video, is a general overview of Microsoft Azure and how Microsoft Azure is able to provide businesses with different forms to scale their business as well. You can go through the video, click on download presentation in case you'd like to download the presentation. In case you'd like any additional reference material, you can click on this particular button and a zip file will be downloaded on your system with all relevant details. Next, we have a video on how Microsoft Azure is being used in BFSI industry, which is the banking and financial services industry, on sustainability, on EdTech, which is education, and finally on the healthcare industry. All 5 of these videos are there for you to be able to learn and absorb as much information. One requirement is that you do need to make sure that you watch the entire video while staying active on this page and finish it in one complete setting. If you try to refresh the page or you open several other tabs and you're not engaged on that particular page where the video is being played, you will not get credits for having completed the video watch. So do keep in mind as you complete all of these different videos on our industry page. And lastly, and the most important part of our Future Ready Talent program is our project. So when you come onto the project tab, the first thing you'll notice is a pop-up asking for you to submit your GitHub profile URL. The reason why we ask for your GitHub student profile URL is because your FRT project will be hosted on your GitHub repository. If we don't have access to your GitHub profile URL, we are not able to properly track and find your FRT project. In case you don't know where to go to find your GitHub profile URL, you will just click on this particular button. You'll be redirected to a PDF page, which tells you exactly where to go to find your profile URL. If you are new to GitHub and you have not signed up before, you can click on sign up and you'll be redirected to the registration page for GitHub. Since I have signed up for GitHub before, I will go ahead and input my details here. I will then click on submit, and I get a success pop-up saying that my GitHub profile URL has been updated successfully. I can click on OK, and I now have access to the project page. So the first thing you will notice on the project page is we have a pop-up that pops up regarding important guideline changes that have happened to the Future Ready Talent program. The first important project guideline change that has happened is that students who continuously submit a copied or duplicate project will result in a disqualification of their FRT account. What does this mean? It means if you submit a copied or duplicate project for 3 consecutive times, after that, your FRT account will be disqualified and your account will be blocked and you will no longer be able to access your FRT details. The second important change that has happened on our Future Ready Talent program is we are now incorporating AI into our projects as well. So this means we require students to submit a project which has a minimum of 3 Azure services. It requires a minimum of 1 AI service and a minimum of 2 core Azure services. In case you need any more information or details regarding the project guidelines, you can click on the project guidelines button and you'll be redirected to a PDF page which has all of the information. Once you have read through this information, you can click on close and you now have access to the project page. When you come onto the project page, you'll see the project checklist and guidelines. We recommend that you complete all of your learning, your industry videos, as well as ensure that you have activated your GitHub Student Developer Pack that you would have received after completing your user profile. In case by any chance you did not receive that email with the GitHub Student Developer Pack or you're not sure, you can click on this button and you can again claim your GitHub Student Developer Pack. Keep in mind, if you have already signed up and claimed your GitHub Student Developer Pack, an error pop-up will appear saying that you have already claimed your GitHub Student Developer Pack and to go through your inbox to find the correct email. Another thing to help you with your project as you start thinking about how to create and submit your project is you can visit our YouTube channel, which has a full list of all of our previously recorded project mentoring sessions that we've had with our mentors across the past few months. So all of those recordings you can find on our FRT YouTube channel. Next, we come to the project itself. So the project can essentially be either an individual project or you can choose to do a group project. If you choose to do a group project, you're allowed a maximum of 4 team members within a group, including yourself, who would be the group representative. Within the other sections for to name and add your group members, you have to add their registered FRT email address in the provided space. After you do so, you will click on I agree to the details shared by me as correct, and you'll click on create team. Once you click on create team, a team is not automatically created and approved. An invitation will then go out to all of the different team members you have added, and on their FRT account, they need to either accept or decline your invitation to be a part of a group. So this is a prerequisite in order for you to create a group. Do ensure that you get alignment from all of your team members. Aside from this difference, all other details from both individual and group project are the same. So in my case, since I'm an individual in this demo, I will demonstrate how an individual project works. So after I've selected individual project, I now have to complete a project synopsis. The project synopsis is important because it gives us all of the details required for our evaluators to know exactly what type of project you are submitting, what are the different problem statements you are looking to address, what is the industry type and theme of your particular project. Do ensure all of the information you provide under project synopsis is accurate, to the final project you submit. If your project synopsis and your final project are on two different themes or different issues that they are addressing, you will be rejected for your project. So in my case, I'll go ahead and create my project. I wish to do a project in the earth industry, which is on sustainability. My project title is I want to track a student's carbon footprint. What is the problem statement or opportunity I'm looking to address? I'm looking to address how to reduce the amount of carbon emissions a student is responsible for. And then we ask for your project description. Try to be as articulate as you can about your project description. Mention all of your core ideas, the key features, mention how your project will address a particular business need, problem, or opportunity, and what is the project's basic functionality. So in my case, I'll just go ahead and add a few key features. Um, Carbon tracing, students' emission usage, long term. I would recommend that you write a lot more. This is just for the purpose of the demo. I've added a few key features. Next, you are required to choose which are the two core Azure services that you're looking to add in your project. You are required to add a minimum of 2 Azure services. So you can click on the dropdown or you can type and the dropdown will automatically populate it. So in my case, I want to use the Azure SQL database, as well as I want to use static web apps to create my application. So these are the two that I have chosen. Next, I have to also add an Azure AI service, as I mentioned. So I have to choose a minimum of one. In my case, I want to add a chatbot service. So I'll go ahead and add the AI bot service, and that will be the one AI service I'm adding to my project. In case I'm adding any other additional Azure technologies, I can go ahead and input those details here in this free text box. In case you would like the full list of Azure services, you can click on the Click Here button and you'll be redirected to a Microsoft page, which has the full list of all Azure services that are available for you. After completing all of these details, and if you're not confident as yet, you can click on Save as Draft and you can come back and edit it later. In my case, I feel confident, so I'll go ahead and click on the Submit button. I will receive a pop-up saying that the submission has been successful. I will click on OK, and I now have access to the Project Submission tab. Under project submission, we ask for 3 specific details. The first one is your project link, which is your GitHub repository URL. The GitHub repository URL has all of the files and information linked to your particular project. Do keep in mind in your README file in your GitHub repository, add as many screenshots as you can about your project, screenshots from the Azure portal about which services you've used and how you have utilized it. Providing as many screenshots and information in your README file will help evaluators evaluate your project faster and for you to be able to successfully get your project approved. I'll go ahead and add my GitHub repository details over here. Next, and this is the major one, is your project demo URL. So this is essentially the URL of your particular project. In my case, since I created a static web app, I'll have the web application's URL to submit over here. So I'll go ahead and add that here. Finally, your project demo video URL. So the project demo video URL is essentially a video of you demonstrating the project to us. So we'd like you to take us through your project's website. We'd like you to take us through your Azure portal, which services you've used, how you have used it, and the interconnectivity of these services and its relevance for your project. As much information as you can give in your project demo video URL, the higher the chances the evaluators will be able to successfully approve your project. So I'll go ahead and I'll add my details for my video. Your video can be hosted on any platform. It could be on YouTube, it could be on SharePoint, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you are submitting a group project, the only difference is under your GitHub repository, you do need to make sure that all team members have been added as collaborators. If they've not been added as collaborators, we can't give credit to all team members for being a part of the project. In the project demo video URL as well, we'd like you to call out and mention your other team members, even if you're all not being able to record it together. After you've completed that, you can just click on the button saying that I hereby declare all details by me is my original work. This is absolutely important as we want all students to only submit their original work and nothing that is copied or borrowed from anywhere else on the internet. Also, do make sure that all of the links that you have provided are in working condition. If any link is not in working condition, your project will be rejected. In case you're not comfortable as yet to submit your project, you can click on Save as Draft and a draft version will be saved. In my case, I think I'm pretty confident about my project, so I'll go ahead and click on the Submit button. I receive a pop-up saying that once the project is submitted for evaluation, you cannot edit the project. Do you want to proceed? I'm comfortable, so I'll click on OK. The project has now been submitted successfully. After the project has been submitted successfully, you'll see under project submission with the title saying project under evaluation. Please keep in mind, evaluations can take up to 15 days maximum for the evaluators to complete your evaluations. Students receive 5 project attempts to successfully complete your FRT program. So you get 5 attempts to submit your project. In case, for example, the first attempt gets rejected for a particular reason, the evaluators will tell you exactly what the reason was and steps for you to fix your project. You will then get 4 more attempts to submit your project until all your attempts have been exhausted. After you get your evaluation comments, you will receive your evaluation comments on your registered email address with either an approval or a rejection. Depending on whichever email you get, if you get an approval, you will get information and instructions on where and how to go on the project page to access and download your internship completion certificate. If you have been rejected, you will receive your evaluator's comments and feedback, and you can come again onto this project page and resubmit your project with the updated details. Also on this page, you will notice we have a couple of different options at the bottom. One is our GitHub discussion board. You can come onto the GitHub discussion board at any time and ask your questions. A lot of questions students have already asked in the past, but you'll get answers from both mentors as well as peers alike. Second is our help desk. We have a help desk by the email alias of support@futurereadytalent.in. If you are ever stuck at any point of your Future Ready Talent journey, you can go ahead and click on this help desk, or you can write to us at support@futurereadytalent.in regarding what your query is, and our team will get back to you in a timely manner. Lastly, we have exclusive offers. So if any of our affiliated partners are having any promotional offers or discounts for students, all of that information can be available here. Also on this bottom banner, you'll see an FAQ section. If you click on the FAQ section, a lot of the questions that you might already have about the Future Ready Talent program would be addressed in the FAQ document. With that, that is we have come to the end of our FRT walkthrough platform session. If you have any questions, always do email us. We conduct regular mentoring sessions as well as FRT office hours. So please be on the lookout on your email for all of those information details. I hope this helps, and happy learning and all the best for your Future Ready Talent program internship. Thank you.